Okay, Shalom Akim, Kahalayim La, Yahal Bashim Yahshai Bashim Kodash, and double honors to the Rams and Apostles, Thali Yahal, Thali Yahshai for the strength and all to make this video, and Yara Tazar that this is also a video that helped to rebuild you up or encourage you. Which to build up, the word is edify, to encourage, the word is exhort. I think even one of Apostle Gabar's channels, Daily Exhortation. The one that he currently uses is a Daily Edification, but I believe probably in times past that he had a channel called Daily Exhortation. But anyways, edify means to build, exhort means to encourage. And when we say Kal Halalim La, that means all praises to. Kal means all, K-A-L. Halalium means praises. La means to. Yahweh is the Most High's name. The world calls him God, but that is in ignorance. His real name is Yahweh. That means he exists, or he is to be. When we say Bahashem, we mean in the name. Ba means in, Ha means the, Sham means name. And we say Yahushua, that's the true name of the Messiah. Not Jesus Christ, that's a false name. Even just the fact that the letter J didn't come until around the 15th century, that in itself is already it's already a cut to those of whom who believe in that name anyways, man. But he had an ancient Hebrew name. That ancient Hebrew name is Yahushua. And Yahushua means he delivers, because his role is to deliver Israel, and more specifically, the elect of Israel. So, and when we say the elect, that's reference to Revelation 14 verse 1 to 3, and Zechariah 13 verse 1 to 9. But those are really, that's for another video anyways, but I've explained it in previous videos, but we'll keep reiterating it. That's the point. Anyways, now that the intro is done, as I said, sometimes I may do it, sometimes I may not, but the point is obviously giving praise to Yahweh Shim Yahushai, and of course giving double honors to the great ones of the apostles, because those are the ones of whom they are the ones of whom we've been taught through, and of course we've gained the knowledge and understanding of the scriptures through as well. So we give reverence to our teachers as well. Anyways, so the point of this video, as I named this video, the prophets are in line. Let me see. The prophets are in line for this, and then ... faith tested. Because as you can see here, it says I was arrested for sending WhatsApps, so WhatsApp messages, complaining about my daughter's school. And this is from the news channel Times Radio. Let's check, let's see it. Yeah, it says Times Radio, that's the channel. So let me turn it up just a little bit, and then we'll get started, man. Because this really goes into the famine of the word. We're going to get it. That's Amos 8 and 11. I will get that, don't worry. But we're going to watch a little bit, bring out some precepts, watch a little bit more, and then Yaratazar link the rest of the video in the description.
6 police officers came to my house and arrested me. Why? 6 police officers came to my house and arrested me. Why? Because I've been talking about my daughter's school on a WhatsApp group. It was the morning of Wednesday.
It's spiritual as well that it's 6 as well. I'm gonna show you why it's spiritual, why it says 6 police officers, because this is the kingdom of which represents it. This is the kingdom where Esau has rulership in, and his number is really represented by 6, and 6 represents man. 6 also means other things too, but in scripturally speaking, it represents man. And who's that man? That's Esau, Edom, really. He has those 6s everywhere. All these symbolism on the left hand side, that is. Now, okay, where is it? Revelation 13, which is really the core part, the core examination of the scripture, the core test here. Revelation 13 and verse 16, based on the mark of the beast. Revelation 13 and 16, and he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. That's talking about that Neuralink thing. I've got to use code words here, as you know, because sometimes they take down videos if you explicitly say the name, of what the mark of the beast is. But as I say, it is an implant. As I said here, to the right hand. Some companies like DARPA are working on it. You got Neuralink, that's the one that's working on the forehead, which the forehead really represents the head in itself, inside the head. Because even in the forehead too, that's where the prefrontal cortex is. It resides in, man, and that's responsible for decision making and really, it's like the controller for the rest of the brain as well. You can liken it onto that. Well, let's continue on Revelation 13 and 17. And that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. And it says, here is wisdom, the key part we've got to remember. Let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 666. So that's 666. That's what the number is for Esau Edom, man. And that man, film will be used to that said that really will be used in order to implement this system. The vessel will be Esau Edom. And as I said, that's why I said it's spiritual, man, because the guy said he was arrested by 6 officers, and of course that's just a representation that I derived from the fact that there were 6 officers. And really, there aren't any coincidences, man. The Most High controls everything. The Most High controls everything. I'm gonna get that precept out quickly before we continue on with the video. And yeah, numerology is on the Bible, man. You got the left-hand side, they use numerology for whatever purpose they use, for their malicious purposes, negative purposes. And then, you got numerology on the right-hand side, which is rooted within these scriptures that we study from. You got 40, you got 40, you got 7, you got 6, you got some other ones as well. I think there was a list, one of the brothers told me about it. I think Apostle Aramla also spoken on a previous video, not recently, but on some time ago. But yeah, 1 means wisdom, 2 means knowledge, 3 means understanding, 4 means mercy, 5 means power, 6 means man, as we saw in the scripture, Revelation 13 verse 18. 7 means completion, 70 times 70, that's another reference there, in terms of forgiving your Israelite brother. What's it again? 8 means glory, 9 means foundation, 10 means perfection, 11 means destruction, or it can mean wisdom as well, because obviously 1 means wisdom, so of course double 1, double wisdom. 12 means rulership as well. So ever since then, when the brother, from the GMS Tampa Bay camp sent it to me, I just absorbed it, man. So yeah, there's numerology on the right hand side, on the left hand side. But anyways, that's a topic for another day. Let's focus on this one. I said I was gonna get, what was I even going? Oh yeah, Proverbs 20 and 24. Thought you shy for the reminder. So Proverbs 20 and 24. So this is Proverbs 20 and 24. Man's goings are of the Lord. How can a man then understand his own way? So of course, man's goings is referring to the paths that you take. Even the decisions that you make, all of that is placed, is downloaded, or uploaded rather, from the heavens to your vessel to be downloaded. And then you just run your course, man. After you sleep, you run your course that the Most High says. You think that, you're the one in control, but really that's just the illusion of it. Every thought that you've had, every action that you do is all by Yahweh ultimately. Man's goings are of the Lord Yahweh. How can a man then understand his own way? So of course Esau Edom is the man of whom is responsible for this beast system that's about to be established, which is very close, man, because all the systems are already in place. Really, they're probably just waiting for that ultimate event, which it is coming, man. Black Swan. You gotta research that stuff, man. All right, let's actually let me let the video play now.
6 police officers came to my house and arrested me. Why? Because I'd been talking about my daughter's school on a WhatsApp group. It was the morning of Wednesday, the 29th of January, about 11:45. I was on a Zoom call for a work project, when on my Zoom screen, in the little window where I saw my own face, I realized that 2 police officers were standing behind me. Another 2 police officers were arresting my partner, Rosalind, in front of Francesca, our 3-year-old daughter. They bundled us into the police cars and took us off to custody at Stevenage Police Station, where we remained for the next 12 hours. He arrested me on suspicion of harassment and malicious communications, and it was to do with a dispute with our daughter's...
Keywords. He said harassment and malicious communications, man. And the harassment wasn't physical, by the way. I'll just tell you this now. It wasn't physical. It was more so cyber, if that's even a word I can use for it. Cyber. Well, really in the digital sense, it was digital harassment. You know, that's where the malicious communications were used. But anyways, let's see some more.
Primary school, which began with posts on a WhatsApp group. On the 23rd of November, 2023.
Which primary school, I think in America, the equivalent is like 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 5th grade, 6th grade. I gotta do more research on that. But yeah, I think it's around, that's what primary school is. It's the equivalent of 1st to about 6th grade or something like that. Alright, so let's continue.
The head teacher of my daughter's primary school announced he would retire. But what seemed strange to me was the Board of Governors decided immediately to appoint the deputy head as acting head 10 months later without even advertising the job. So I made some inquiries. I contacted the chair of governors in private and in good faith and asked her to explain what a rationale was and what was going to happen. Her response, in my opinion, was rather evasive. So I asked again, and I wrote to all the governors asking them to explain what was happening and why they decided to do that. I posted that letter in a WhatsApp group. It's a private parents' WhatsApp group. On that WhatsApp group, like most parents, we chunted about a few things. One thing we talked about on that group was a letter from the school commanding all parents not to talk about the school on Facebook or social media or WhatsApp groups. We thought that was a bit off. My partner Rosalind made a handful of vaguely spicy...
That is a bit off, man. Not even a bit off, it is off. Straight up. The fact that you can't even talk about a school in your own private group chat. You can't even talk about a school in your own private group chat. That's a problem right there, man. That shows you right there Esau's already infiltrated the technology. It's really, all in all, if you really think about it, when it comes to this cloud infrastructure, which is just, you know, data saved in physical servers, they just call it the cloud. Really, anything that's uploaded to the internet, there's always some kind of a backup copy somewhere, at least by these third-party suppliers. You know, especially the major ones. You got Microsoft, you got Apple, you know, you got Facebook, all these social media sites as well. These are like what's it called? Data mining companies, really. People give out the data freely, and of course you're able to recreate a profile, but really a hidden profile into a person's I think they call it either demographics or psychographics, which is really about the personality traits within the mind, or the traits within the mind. The demographics is like you know, where you're from and things pertaining to that. But the point is, the fact that they were able to infiltrate something, a private group chat. I don't know if it got leaked or something, but it shows you, man, where things are going, where things are going. So how much more the prophets, which is really the intention of this video, where, you know, we're preaching the truth, no filter, you know, in the highways and byways, you know, out there, and as well as these videos as well, we're exposing them. Of course, we gotta use cold words because, you know, that's already a sign of the censorship already. But at the end of the day, how much more the prophets, when, you know, Esau Edom will just start sending out the police in order to arrest us in the time to come. You know, that's when our faith will be tested, man. You know, whether we have our belief rooted in Yahweh Shai. So let me rewind that, and then I'll continue.
Even advertising the job. So I made some inquiries. I contacted the chair of governors in private and in good faith and asked her to explain what a rationale was and what was going to happen. Her response, in my opinion, was rather evasive. So I asked again, and I wrote to all the governors asking them to explain what was happening and why they decided to do that. I posted that letter in a WhatsApp group. It's a private parents WhatsApp group.
Private parents WhatsApp group, man. Imagine if you had a WhatsApp group with your family. That should be secure. You know, these lot talking about encryption as if it's flipping fully secure, man. Anyways, you know, as the scriptures say, never trust an enemy. Alright, let's get this one first. A private WhatsApp group, man. How in the world would you even get access to that unless you got either you got hackers on your side or you got, you know, government. Well, really, the profession is hackers anyway. So, you know, the government either hires the hackers, the black hat hackers, or you know, you got private institutions that have hackers as well. So, Ezekiel 3:26, and I will make thy tongue. Hold on. Yeah, I'll read verse 26. That's the key part, really. So, Ezekiel 3:26, and I will make thy tongue cleave to the roof of thy mouth, that thou shalt be dumb, and shalt not be to meet to them a reprover, for they are a rebellious house. That's all about Israel as well, man. There's going to be a time where the Most High is going to shut our mouths up, man. That's what it means when it says thy tongue cleave to the roof of thy mouth. Just imagine it. Try and put your tongue to the roof of your mouth inwardly, obviously inwardly. You know, just raise your tongue up to the roof of your mouth. You're going to see. Try to say a word. You know, let's say like water. Try and say water whilst you got your tongue cleaved to the roof of your mouth. You realize that you can't, man. Even I tried it just now, but yeah, you can't say the word. You can't speak if you got your tongue cleaved to the roof of your mouth. Now, it's not talking about literally that's gonna happen. It's talking about metaphorically that's gonna happen, where the time of preaching is gonna be really halted, man, and the time of judgment that's gonna be turned up way higher than it already is happening right now. And of course, the prophecy is going to be rolling in faster than they were before too. And that's going to be super close. If not, it will be in the time where the MOTB, that implant, then comes out, man. That mark of the beast. So it says, Ezekiel 3:26, and I will make thy tongue cleave to the roof of thy mouth, and thou shalt be dumb. It don't mean we're going to be stupid. It just means we're just going to be silent when it comes to prophecy, man. We're going to have to obey that as well. You know, or else we're going to be, you'll be disobeying Yahweh Shem Yashai if you didn't, you know, keep your mouth shut in that time, of course. Right now is the time, it's high time to actually be preaching and for people to be gathered and get this information whilst you can, man. When them internet blackouts happen, you know, when the other types of blackouts, electrical grid blackouts happen as well, that's when people going to be worrying, especially Israelites, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians. All right. Let's see. Another one. Let's get this. This is Amos 8:11, because I did mention the famine of the words. I'll keep that in mind. So Amos 8:11, which links to Ezekiel 3:26. Behold, the days come, said the Lord Yahweh, the Most High, that I will send a famine in the land, not a famine of bread, nor a thirst for water, but the hearing of the words of the Lord Yahweh. So ultimately, these scriptures are going to be, the understanding of the scriptures are going to be hard to grasp, man. Even the scriptures alone would be a challenge to you also getting that there too. But really, the main point is that the understanding of it is going to be a rarity in that day. If not, you ain't going to be able to access it unless it be the Most High's will. But in that time, as it says here, it says it's going to be a famine, but of hearing the words of the Most High. So it's going to be a rarity, that right there, man. You know, in a famine, food is very rare. So that's the thing. It's going to be for the words of the scriptures, really, the understanding of the scriptures. And yeah, that's going to be through many means, man, especially with this censorship, all these wicked decrees. Speaking of, I'm going to get this right now. Alright, so Isaiah 5:20. It says, woe unto them that call evil good and good evil, that put darkness for light and light for darkness, that put bitter for sweet and sweet for bitter. And Esau's always twisting these things, man. Even when it comes to these flipping supplements and tablets and his his medicine, it's all just false because it just treats the symptoms temporarily. It doesn't it doesn't fix the root of the problem. And there's many natural herbs, natural vegetables that you can consume, or natural foods that you can consume in order to heal yourself, man. When it comes to the flu or some kind of a cold as well, maybe even an allergy as well, another very potent tool is fasting. For eyesight is spinach, kale, carrots, which of course, brothers got their own routine for their diets as well. It's just a matter of balancing. We're not saying that, don't consume sugar at all. It's just that whenever you do have your little, reward or treat, it should not be a default though. It should not be a default. So, here and there you get, but the point is you have your balancing. So your normal diet should be healthier than, your so-called, as the bodybuilders call it, cheat meals, man. But anyways, the point, let me actually get to the point. Sometimes I'll be rambling on. But yeah, it says, woe unto them that call evil good. So of course, Esau calling this medicine good is actually a bad thing. He's always been twisting words, That's why it's called, he's referred to as a crafty and a cunning hunter, man. I think that's in Jeremiah 3. Jeremiah 3. Let me just type cunning hunter. He's a crafty lad. Which lad, by the way, comes from the root word yalad, which means boy in the ancient Hebrew. So yeah, because over here in the UK we say he's a good lad. That's reference to a young man or a boy. Alright, yeah, so Genesis 25:27, and the boys grew. It's talking about Jacob and Esau. And Esau was a cunning hunter, a man of the field, and Jacob was a plain man dwelling in tents. So let's get to the root word of cunning. So that we can get it. Where is cunning? So the root word there says
Strong's H 3045. Yadeh. Yadeh.
So it says Yadeh or Yada. In the ancient Hebrew, it could have been Yawada. But anyways, let's continue. That means to know, to learn, to know, to perceive. So cunning means to know, to learn, to know, perceive, see, to discern, discriminate, distinguish, know by experience. And yeah, Esau does know by experience because he's a carnal man as well. He would have tested out things, and then he would have been able to discern, man. I remember I was watching this series recently, House of David. The trailer came out, about a few weeks ago. Started watching it. There was this guy who was called Doeg, man. He was actually an Edomite as well. Not in physical appearance, but he was called an Edomite in the series, man. And the way he works is he had a very curious heart, a curious mind for the internals of animals, man. So that was really why he slayed animals. But that's in the series specific, and that's the way Edom goes, man. That's the way he gains experience. He has to do things physically. He's not a man of whom can use faith. That's how Jacob is. Jacob is far more faithful than Esau, Edom. So, that was just a movie or series reference. They always got to operate on experience. But yeah, let's get back to the precept. Cunning hunter. So Isaiah 5:20, woe unto them that call evil good and good evil, that put darkness for light and light for darkness, that put bitter for sweet and sweet for bitter. One more precept, then I'm going to get to the video, man. So Isaiah, wicked decrees. This is what it's about. So Isaiah 10:1, woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees, and that write grievousness which they have prescribed. And that's talking about these Edomites and their flipping laws, of which are basically they're unfair. That's what the unrighteous decrees refer to. They're unfair. They're not, when you actually reason it, it wouldn't make sense for those decrees to be done, because that would diminish the people instead of build them up. All right, so I'm gonna play a bit more, get a few precepts, Yaratazar, then close out. Because really the point is, how much more the prophets, man? If they're flipping infiltrating WhatsApp groups here, this guy in from a school, how much more the prophets, man? We got videos everywhere, man. Videos on the Rumble, videos on BitChute, videos on YouTube, of course. You got Odyssey as well. Multiple platforms, man. You see us. Daily Motion. The Apostles got quite a lot there too. But anyways, let's continue.
I posted that letter in a WhatsApp group. It's a private parents WhatsApp group. On that WhatsApp group, like most parents, we chunted about a few things. One thing we talked about on that group was a letter from the school commanding all parents not to talk about the school on Facebook or social media or WhatsApp groups. We thought that was a bit off. My partner Rosalind made a handful of...
But how in the world would you even know if a person's talking about the school in a WhatsApp group? Unless the flipping school is in relation to the actual company that developed WhatsApp, which is obviously Meta, formerly known as Facebook. How in the world would that even be possible? So it's like evil's got his hand doubled everywhere, man. You just got to be cautious of what you do, what you upload online.
Vaguely spicy comments. She referred to one school leader as a control freak. She said the chair of governors didn't know much about anything. Out of the blue, on the 12th of July last year, the chair of governors wrote to Rosalind and me. She accused us of posting disparaging and inflammatory comments on WhatsApp and Facebook. And she warned us that if we didn't stop, she would ban us from our daughter's school. So we pushed back. We complained. We denied the accusations. We complained that they'd been accessing our messages. And 2 days later, they banned us from the school. Now, this ban had really serious implications for our daughter, Sasha. She has epilepsy, she's disabled, she has special needs. We weren't allowed to have normal conversations with the school. We could only send emails. So we had to send emails about everything our daughter needed for her health and education. We were going through the school's formal complaints policy. And then on the 20th December, there was a knock on the door. It was a police officer. He showed up completely out of the blue. He told me in no uncertain terms not to contact the school, not to speak to anybody about the head teacher recruitment issue. He even told me to take my daughter out of the school. In the end, we gave up, I suppose. We took Sasha out of the school. We arranged a transfer to another local primary school. Sasha's last day at Cowley Hill was the 24th of January. 5 days later, the police turned up. When we were finally interviewed, the detective, who'd had no previous involvement with the case, he turned out not to have any evidence of those alleged crimes. He had no documents, he had no first-hand accounts. He just had a vague statement from the acting head teacher at the school. It was Kafkaesque. It was surreal. It was bizarre. It was horrific. Eventually, we were put on...
Which, by the way, I researched what Kafkaesque is, man. There's certain of these Edomites as well be using quite high-level words. But really just refers to an oppressive society that's referenced in a fictional world by, I think the guy's name was Kafka or something. Kafka, wait, let me see that. Hold on.
Had a vague statement from the acting head teacher at the school. It was Kafkaesque.
Yeah, the guy's name was Kafka. Yeah, he's the one who wrote novels and certain of his novels had a dystopian taste to it, so of an oppressive society. So that's what he means by Kafka-esque. Anyways, let's go.
Of those alleged crimes. He had no documents, he had no first-hand accounts. He just had a vague statement from the acting head teacher.
So how in the world, I'm asking again, how in the world would the school know in order to call the police on him? Something's not adding up here, man. As I said, unless there's relations between the school and the WhatsApp group, or the police was watching for the sake of the school as well. Because of course the police department, they would obviously have those specialists, to infiltrate into people's devices, aka hackers.
At the school, it was Kafka-esque. It was surreal. It was bizarre. It was horrific. Eventually, we were put on police bail and discharged at midnight. We got a £75 cab back to our house in Borehamwood. About 2 or 3 days later, a kind of PTSD began to kick in. I mean, did that?
Yeah, man. Police start knocking doors, or police just rolling by, just hear the bleep bleep. The heart starts pumping. So that's what it's referring to here, man. But yeah, if you brothers want to continue the videos there. But that's in the UK, by the way, United Kingdom, if anyone's wondering. That's where the incident happened. So get a few more precepts here. Revelation 2 and 10. So Revelation, this is the mindset we have to have when these things happen. They may portray us in a certain manner, especially with how advanced AI is becoming right now. In terms of the image and video generation portion of the AI, they can make us be portrayed in a way of which is articulated negatively. Or really, I hope you brothers understood what I just said. Basically, they can make a video of us of which falsely represents how we are. That's me simply putting it. And this is our mindset that we're supposed to have as a result of that. If they do take us up for those false accusations, we have to suffer wrongfully. But let's see this. Revelation 2 and 10. Fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison. Because we know some of us are also going to be pilgrims upon this earth. That ye may be tried, and ye shall have tribulation 10 days. Be thou faithful unto death, and I will give thee a crown of life, man. So, of course, the point is to remain steadfast and rooted in Yahweh and Yahweh Shai, man, that he will rescue us, he will save us, he will preserve us. So some of us are going to be in prison, while some of us, we're going to be pilgrims, which means we're going to be really walking on the earth, man, in whatever city the Most High has given us to. All right. So Hebrews 11 and 13, these all died in faith. Hold on. It's still about the prophets, though, so. Anyways, it's really referring to the prophets. So Hebrews 11 and 13, these all died in faith, not having received the promises, but have seen them afar off, and were persuaded of them, and embraced them, and confessed that they were strangers and pilgrims on the earth. So yeah, that's what we are, man. We're not of this world. We are not of this world, man. And this scripture supports that as well. They were strangers and pilgrims on the earth, man. We were the ones making journeys on earth. So let's get to the root word of pilgrims, just to get some more clarity there. All right, so pilgrim, root word.
Strong's G 3927. Parepidemos. Parepidemos.
So parepidemos, root word for pilgrim, it means one who comes from a foreign country into a city or land to reside there by the side of the natives. A stranger, sojourning, which means to journey, in a strange place, a foreigner. Wasn't hold on now. Wasn't Moses, didn't Moses name his son Gershom? Which I know there's an ancient Hebrew name, but that's the name in the, I guess you can call it English. Gershom, or in the Yiddish, whatever it is. Which really means a stranger, man, because Moses was a stranger in the land of Egypt. I think that's in Exodus chapter 2 or Exodus chapter 3. But yeah, that's the point right there, man. We are as strangers in this land. Remember, Israelites were scattered all across the world. I won't get it, but that's Deuteronomy 4 and verse 27. We're going to be scattered across the world, man. So, amongst these heathens. So, of course, we're going to be strangers and foreigners in these lands, which means we're separate from them. So anyway, some of us going to be pilgrims in the time of Jacob's trouble, where we're just going to be roaming. Some brothers going to be in the city. Well, most brothers going to be in the city. And then some brothers may even find themselves in another country, maybe even. Because I know GMS Watchman was making a video on the El Salvador prison that certain brothers may be taken into. As when Revelation 2 and 10 says some of you will be cast into prison. So that could be one of them as well, man. Alright, so that's Hebrews 11 and 13, pilgrims upon the earth. So Revelation 2 and 10 once more. Fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison, that ye may be tried, and ye shall have tribulation 10 days. Which is just a perfect amount of time ordained by the Most High for you to be able to, to be in prison, for whomever that may be for. It says, be thou faithful unto death, and I will give thee a crown of life. And remember, 10 means perfection as well. That's why I said a perfect amount of days, which means whatever the Most High's will is, it'll be a perfect amount of days for that custom brother. It's really a custom amount of days for each brother, really. So whatever that may be, some of them it might be the same, but the point is, the Most High's will is what plays out. All right, let's get a few more. 1 Peter 1 and 7. Because of course, it's a trial by faith when they're casted into these prisons, as I just read in there. But it says, fear none of those things which you're going to suffer, which means you're going to have to go through. Don't be scared. We've got Yahweh Shemi Shai backing us. And remember, you shouldn't take that lightly, because Yahweh is the ultimate being. He's the creator of everything. All credit goes to him. And Yahweh Shai is the second in command of all creation, man. Remember, his name means he delivers. So he's the mediator of whom the elect is going to be saved through. All right, 1 Peter 1 and 7, that the trial of your faith, being much more precious than fine gold, than of gold that perisheth, though it be tried with fire, might be found unto praise and honor and glory at the appearing of Yahushua HaMashiach, which means Yahushua the Anointed. So that's the thing, man. When cast into prison, that will be a test of faith. That's what that simply means, man. Just like the way gold is refined, it's tried, to get a more purer form of itself. It's the same way we're going to be purged and afflicted and tested, to reprove our steadfast and the strength of our faith that Yahweh Bashim Yashar has been building up within us. Okay, let's get this. So 2 Thessalonians 2 verse 3. So 2 Thessalonians 2 and 3. Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come, except there come a falling away first, and that man of sin, the son of perdition. Hold on, let me read that again, because I feel as if I was expecting something else there. So let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come, except there come a falling away first, and that the man of sin be revealed. Yeah, that's the one. The son of perdition. So of course he's the one, and it says in verse 4, who opposeth and exalteth himself above all that is called the Most High, or that is worshipped, so that he, as the Most High, sitteth in the temple of the Most High, showing himself that he is the Most High. And we're going to get another precept to back that up, and that's the final one. That's Isaiah 14, I think around verse 14 as well. But the point is where it says, it said there be a falling away first, and that the man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition. That's referring to really when the Romans invaded the temple, man, in Jerusalem in 70 AD. And of course, that emperor was Titus. So of course, that was the destruction of the temple, and then Esau, he wanted to obviously have his place to be like the Most High. But essentially, I read that because of this time right now where he's also going to be revealed. Because right now, he's hidden. Most people are already in the know, but he's still hidden to the majority of people. The son of perdition, which is Esau, Edom, these Edomites, the elites of them, the ones at the tops of society. That's the son of perdition. Right. Let me get that final precept to support that as well, that Esau wants to be like the Most High. Alright, so let's start from verse 12. Isaiah 14 and 12. How art thou fallen from the heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? Which I think Lucifer means light bearer as well. But anyways, the point is really this is reference to the negative side of it, which is Esau, Edom, or Lucifer. And really, it's not talking about spirits, it's talking about the physical counterpart on earth, which is Esau, Edom, these Edomites. Son of the morning, how art thou cut down to the ground, which didst weaken the nations? Again, remember Babylon the Great, these Edomites extracting resources from these other nations and going to war with them, diminishing their country, such as Iran and all these other countries as well. The Middle East. That's an example of weakening the nations. Verse 13, for thou hast said in thine heart, I will ascend into heaven, I will exalt my throne above the stars. And again, that was referencing 2 Thessalonians 2 and verse 4, man. So it says, I will exalt my throne above the stars of the Most High. I will sit also upon the mount of the congregation in the sides of the north. I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. I will be like the Most High. But that's only going to be for a temporary season where he's going to have that little, very subtle feeling of being on top, man. But then this is his destiny. Verse 15 to 16 shows about his destiny. So, yet, Isaiah 14 and 15, yet thou shalt be brought down to hell, to the sides of the pit. They that see thee shall narrowly look upon thee, and consider thee, saying, is this the man that made the earth to tremble, that did shake kingdoms? So that's how low he's going to go, man. He's going to go back to his base level. The one who dwells in the clefts of the rock. Anyways, that's really it, Akim. Yaratazar, I'm going to link this video on it as well. And, you guys can check it out. There's many other videos as well, as you can see here. From other channels with people elaborating. It says they arrested us in front of our home or children, whatever. But yeah, there's many videos on that, man. Anyways, these are other videos. So the point is, there's other videos online, So yeah, Shalom, Yabashim Shabrakatha and Yaratazar, that you've been, this has helped to really build up your knowledge and also encourage you to stay faithful as well. So yeah, Shalom, which means peace, and Yahweh Hashem Yahushai Barakatha, which means Yahweh. In the name Yahushai, bless you. Barak means bless. Athar means you.